Go. Well, hello and welcome back to my channel. I'm Gerald Lewis. I'm a coach and a boat captain in the state of Kentucky, high school fishing. My videos today, this particular video today is about getting hooked, or if your partner gets hooked, how are you going to deal with it in the boat, and what you need to do, what you need to have when that happens. Here in just a moment, I'm going to show you some items you need to have in your boat, and you should have it in your vehicle actually too, just in case, because you never know what's going to happen on the road. But I've had feedback, and this was one of the things they wanted me to talk about. So here we go. My cameraman's going to adjust down on the table, and I'm going to show you some items. All right, one of the items you're going to want to have is a first aid kit. This one has 175 items in it. That's something you definitely need to have in the boat at all times. And believe me, I've used several kits in my boat, either on myself or on people fishing with me. And with kids, all I've needed is Band-Aids because they've not got hooked like that. But I've had adults to get hooked. So one of the items you need is first aid kit. Another item you're going to want in the boat is peroxide. Definitely want peroxide. And the reason being, if you're getting a hook out, or you've been hooked, or you've got into something and cut yourself, you put the peroxide on it and clean the wound up. That's one of the items you definitely want to have in the boat. And then the dreaded item that everybody hates is alcohol, but you follow the peroxide up with alcohol, and this helps prevent infections and things like that. So those are some things you're going to want to have. Also, you need a good pair of scissors. One that'll cut braid, or you can buy the medical type that cuts clothes or anything. This one will cut braid line, so it's pretty sharp. Another thing you're going to want to have is a pair of side cutters. This is to clip the hook. Once you get a hook through, you want to clip that off once the barb comes completely out the other side. So the side cutters is an item you always want in your boat. Then you're going to want different size pliers, from small needle nose to a bulk nose. And for walleye fishermen, you need long needle nose. That keeps your hands way off from the hooks, and you're less likely to get hooked with the long nose needle nose pliers. So those are items I keep in my boat at all times. And they've come in, I've used every one of them for different scenarios, and everything comes in real handy. Now I'm going to have him focus back up, and I'm going to show you a couple of baits I've had to deal with over the years. One of them is any bait that's got treble hooks like this. If you get a hook, and I've been by myself cranking or jerk baiting, and the fish would sling the hook off right at the boat. Well, when you're trying to dodge, it either hits you in the hand, it can hit you in the face, but you wear glasses all the time when you're fishing. That protects your eyes. But if you get hit in the face or in the hand or the arms, if you're by yourself, you can get the hooks out. So what you're going to want to do is, and I've been hooked with crankbaits by myself, and what I would do, I would take the hook and run the barb all the way through my skin until the hook comes out the other side. Then I take the side cutters and I clip that off, and then just reverse the hook back out. And then you take the peroxide and clean up, and then the alcohol and Band-Aids, and you're ready to go. It won't stop a day's fishing. Now I'm going to tell you a story about this. Happened on Lake Cumberland. This happened about 6 years ago. I had two preachers that wanted me to take them fishing. One of them they was having a gospel meeting, so one of them came in from Oklahoma, and he was actually a cowboy. He was about 6'5", so he's a great big fella. He came in to fish, and another preacher told him that I was real good with smallmouth, so I took him over to Lake Cumberland for smallmouth fish. The bait we was using was a 4.8 Keitech bait, and as you can see, I dyed the tail chartreuse, and that was what they wanted that particular day. And this was the hook that we was using, this or bigger. So I hear that the taller preacher had stopped to retie his line, so he goes back in the middle of my boat. I'm in the back seat of the boat, and the other preacher's in the front. Well, I hear the boy from Oklahoma yell, "Stop!" And when he stopped, I looked, and he had a swim bait in the side of his head just like this, and he was holding his head like this. And I seen this tail flipping down, and I said, "What have we done?" And I looked, and the barb is sunk. It's sunk all the way to the loop in his temple. I said, we've got and this bait like this. I said, we've got a serious problem. And I said, we've got two options. Either we can try to run that hook through. I said, it's in a bad location. I said, we can run that hook through and then cut it off and slide it back out, or we're going to have to go to the hospital. Well, I'd already put them on a lot of smallmouth. We was having a ball catching fish. And the boys from Oklahoma said, we're not going to the hospital. He said, you got to get it out. So I checked where it was at, and I seen what the point was going to do. And I knew I was in a vital area, but I'd been trained, I was a trained EMT. So I brought the hook on through. Should have had side cutters, but I had cleaned my boat out and forgot to load back my side cutters. So all we had was a small pair of pliers. That's all we had. So I took those pliers, and I couldn't cut the hook because they wasn't stout enough. So what I done was I bent the barb. I took the pliers and I took it and squeezed on that barb till I bent it flat. And once I got it flat, I backed it back out. And then we took peroxide, and I had the gauze bandages out of the first aid kit, and I took peroxide and started wiping his face with it, and got it to where it would quit bleeding. Put a Band-Aid on him after we put alcohol on it, which he did not like. He didn't appreciate it at all. He's a preacher though, so he didn't cuss. But I put the Band-Aid on and got him back to fishing. We had a great day, and it was a wonderful day's fishing. It could have been a total disaster though, had he not had glasses. So what it done was it hit the glasses and then shot into the temple. If he had not had glasses, I guarantee it would have probably put his eye out. So fortunate for that, he had glasses. Unfortunate, it went in the temple. So what it done, it run under the bridge of the sidebar of his glasses and got in the temple right below it and went in. And when it went in this direction. But we managed to get it out. He was preaching that night, and so that's how it turned out. So we wound up having a great day, but it could have been a total disaster. So that's one of the items I was asked to present. So I hope that helps you out. Remember to have all these items in your boat. It'll help you out definitely down the road, because you never know when something's going to happen. And sometimes it happens in other boats. Well, when I see something going on in another boat, I go render aid to them, because a lot of times, I don't know why, but people just don't have first aid kits in the boat, and they should. Thank you for watching the video. Please like and subscribe, and I would love to have feedback, and I'm going to talk about different subjects as we go along. Thank you, and have a great day.